Patty Cake, the channel that's about baking and much more. A warm welcome to my channel. Today I have yet another lip-smacking tasty Goan pickle for you. An easy carrot pickle recipe that's quick to make and not too complicated. If you liked my brinjal and Tendli pickles, I guarantee you'll absolutely love this pickle too. So without wasting any more time, let's check out my delicious homemade carrot pickle recipe right here at Patty Cake. To make today's pickle, we'll be using the orange-colored carrots and not the larger pinkish ones. These carrots weigh 400 grams. I've already washed and wiped them dry, peeled off the outer layer and cut off the top and bottom of each one. I'll now cut each carrot into 3 pieces and then cut each piece into sticks like this, around 1.5 inches long. I'm not making thin juliennes because we don't want the carrot pieces to wilt on cooking them. They should be like this so that they can still have a crunch to them. I'll now transfer the chopped carrot pieces to a bowl. Let's add 1.5 teaspoons of salt and 1 teaspoon of turmeric powder to them. And toss the pieces around so all of them can get well coated with the salt and the turmeric powder. Now let's spread the carrot pieces in the thali or tray in a single layer, like this. After that, you could cover them with a thin napkin and sun dry them for an hour, or you could leave them uncovered and air dry them for a couple of hours. In addition to the carrots, we have to chop some long, light green chilies. These are less spicy. You could use 2 or even 3 of these. I have washed these chilies and wiped them dry and will now chop them into half-inch pieces. These can be air dried. Next, let's grind a few spices in vinegar. Here I have 6 Kashmiri chilies. I've already broken off their stalks. Let's break each of these into 2 or 3 pieces and transfer them to a grinder jar. I'm using less chilies because we'll also be adding some chili powder to the pickle later on. These are 16 cloves of garlic. I cut around half of them into 2 pieces each and finely chopped the rest. I'll add the larger pieces to the grinder jar and will use the finely chopped garlic later on. I also sliced half of a 2-inch piece of ginger which we'll grind. I finely chopped the remaining half and will use this while cooking the pickle. To the grinder jar, I'll also add 8 cloves. We'll grind all of this to a paste. This is half a cup of vinegar, but I'll use just half of it to grind the spices. Here's the masala paste I just prepared. Now let's dry roast a few other spices in a pan on medium heat. First, let's dry roast half a teaspoon of fenugreek seeds for around a minute or till they change color slightly. After that, we'll add 1 teaspoon of mustard seeds, 1.5 teaspoons of cumin seeds, and half a teaspoon of peppercorns. Let's dry roast this mix for around 2 minutes without burning the spices. I'll let these spices cool to room temperature and then grind them to a fine powder in my mixer grinder. Here's the ground spice mix. In the same pan, I'll now heat half a cup of oil on medium heat. Now that it's hot enough, I'll add in the finely chopped ginger and garlic and saute the two for a few seconds. Next, let's add in the masala paste. I'll rinse the grinder jar with the rest of the vinegar and add this to the pan as well. After sauteing the masala for 1 to 2 minutes, we'll add in the ground dry spices. Let's saute everything for a minute or so and then add in the chopped carrot pieces. If you find the carrots have released some liquid, first put them on a strainer to drain the liquid off and then add them to the pan. I've rinsed the bowl that held the masala paste with an additional 2 tablespoons of vinegar and will add this too to the pan. I'll now add in 1 teaspoon of chili powder. If you want a spicier pickle, you could make that 2 teaspoons. After that, let's stir in a 1/4 cup of sugar. I powdered this so that it can dissolve quicker. I'll follow this up with 1/2 teaspoon of salt and mix everything well. We'll now let the carrots cook on medium-low heat for around 10 minutes, stirring the pickle now and then. I just realized I forgot to add an important ingredient. Did any of you notice that? Well, while the pickle was cooking, I had just made a dash to the dining table, and guess what I saw there? The chopping board with the chopped green chilies. I had to add this to the hot oil right at the start. But anyway, no harm done. I sauteed these in 2 teaspoons of oil till they changed color like this, and will now add them to the pickle. We'll let the pickle cook for another 2 to 3 minutes to let the flavor of the chilies get well blended with all the other flavors in it. By now, the carrots have cooked, but they still have a delightful crunch to them. Let's turn off the heat and sample the pickle and adjust its taste if necessary. It's perfect, so I'm not going to adjust any of the seasonings. I let the pickle cool for around 5 minutes, and while it's still hot, transfer it to a sterilized glass jar. Just make sure the level of the oil reaches the top of the pickle. If it doesn't, then heat another 2 to 3 tablespoons of oil to smoking point and then pour it on top of the hot pickle. We have to keep the jar partly open till the pickle cools completely, after which the lid can be screwed on. I assure you, it will be hard to resist the delicious aroma of the pickle spices, but you'll have to wait, thankfully, for a short time. We'll have to let the pickle mature for around 3 to 4 days, and then just dig in and enjoy our mouth-watering homemade carrot pickle. When stored properly, it will stay good outside the fridge for months, but to be on the safe side, move it to the fridge after around 3 weeks if you've somehow not finished it already. Wasn't that easy? Hope you'll make it soon in your own kitchen. A gentle reminder to like and subscribe for more recipes like this. And don't forget the feedback. I love replying to every comment I receive. Until we meet again, happy cooking!